Hello guys, gals, non-binary pals, and waterfowls, it's me Big Mike, and after a long time away, we're finally stepping back into the world of American adult animation, and for the first time, fam, when dealing with this subject, it will not be on Beavis and Butt-Head. No, in this video, we're going to be looking at the new poster revealed last week for the forthcoming King of the Hill revival series. King of the Hill was a series I quite enjoyed when I was younger. And it's one in my more recent years that has become a comfort show for me. So this is something I am really stoked about, fam. For those unfamiliar, King of the Hill was an animated sitcom that originally aired on Fox, created by Mike Judge. Now if you've been following my channel for a while, that name probably sounds familiar, and that's because Judge was also the creator of Beavis and Butt-Head. In fact, King of the Hill was the next animated show Judge had worked on after Beavis and Butt-Head. King of the Hill was intended as a mid-season replacement, but then became one of Fox's most popular shows after premiering on January 12, 1997. Now, unlike other animated sitcoms aimed at adults, like The Simpsons, Family Guy, and South Park, King of the Hill was much more down to earth and grounded in reality. Set in the fictional town of Arlen, Texas, it centers around Hank Hill, who probably has more love for propane and propane accessories than any other person, real or fictional. And so it should come as no surprise that Hank works as a propane salesman. Hank Hill lives with his wife Peggy, son Bobby, and dog Ladybird in a neighborhood alongside his close friends and neighbors Dale Gribble, Bill Dauterive, and Boomhauer. The episodes usually revolve around a relatable, grounded premise rooted in everyday life, such as Hank dealing with new coworkers, Bobby pursuing an odd hobby like ventriloquism or competitive eating, or Peggy getting overly invested in a local event or scheme. Conflicts often arise from clashing personalities, generational gaps, or Hank's old-school values bumping up against modern trends or bureaucracy. The series would go on to last for 13 seasons, finally ending in 2010. A revival of King of the Hill had been in the talks since 2017, and finally on January 31, 2023, Hulu made it official by announcing it had been ordered. So fast forward to May 15th, when Hulu tweeted, "We're so back" with this poster. So what can we learn from this poster? We see Hank and all three of his pals are there. There's Bill, Dale, and Boomhauer, drinking beer in the alley behind Hank's house. They all look older, not by much though. In fact, the world seems to have aged much more than they have. We have a drone delivering a case of the gang's favorite beer, Alamo. Bill is getting food delivered by Megalo Eats. Dale is wearing a virtual reality headset with a vape in hand, and Boomhauer is holding a tablet of some sort. And not connected with any of the main cast, we can see in the background there's a 5G tower. And right behind the guys is a scooter. All of his buddies seem to be engaging with modern technology, except for Hank. However, it could be that the beer is being delivered to Hank's house. But it's a bit hard to say. And this could be a subtle nod to the fact that the Hank here is still the same as he's always been. So, just to kind of clear things up, it's not that Hank never changes or never accepts different ideas. In the classic series, in the episode with the Propaniacs, there's a great example of Hank doing just that. With that being said, Hank is often resistant to new ideas. Even though he may not be working with any new technology here, Hank is not completely unchanged. In the classic series, Hank normally rocked a white t-shirt, unless he was at work, in which case he'd wear a blue button-up. However, here, when hanging out in the alley, we see him dressed a bit differently. Of all the characters, Boomhauer seems to have aged the most, though he could just be really tired. And I'm curious as to what's going on with his character. So in the original series, he was definitely a ladies' man. So I wonder if he's become addicted to online dating apps. Or perhaps with tablets and smartphones, he's become addicted to internet porn. Now, given his skills with the ladies, I doubt he could be struggling with an addiction to Rule 34, but in the original series, he did seem enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, get in there, talk about www.com, and you got then that naked chicks on there, man. You go click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Dale seems to be in an interesting situation. Of all the characters, he's the one with the most technology. I also find it a bit ironic that being that he, the hardcore conspiracy theorist, is into virtual reality. In the original run, he was unaware of the reality of things in his marriage, and now he could be obsessed with a false reality. Also, because Dale is no longer smoking, but is vaping, is this an indication that he has health issues or that he's become more health conscious? Or could he just enjoy it more? Though honestly, it remains to be seen if this poster is a real reflection of events in the revival, or just meant as an indication that the show is now set closer to present times. Also, I can't help but think of the 5G tower, and wonder what Dale thinks about it. Did he buy into all the 5G conspiracies? I also wonder what his relationship to conspiracy theories is going to be like, seeing as in the modern world, such beliefs are much more popular than when the show originally ran. Bill really stands out to me on this poster. He was arguably the one who took the least amount of care for himself and had the worst mental health, often struggling with depression after his wife left him. Yet despite this, it seems that out of all the characters, he's the one who has aged the least. Could this mean that Bill has found some happiness over the years? Now, in the original series, things were not all bad for Bill. He even dated again, falling for Loma Sufanusaphone, the mother of Khan, Hank's neighbor. Could they still be together? Or could it be that he has found happiness elsewhere? Well, regardless, he looks like he's doing well. And while talking about the characters, lastly, I want to focus on Hank's change in attire. What could it represent? Could he have a new job, or could he even be the manager of Strickland Propane now? Some have speculated it could be because there are now young children around, perhaps Good Hank, Hank's half-brother, or Luann's daughter Gracie. And Hank, because of this, wants to dress better to set a good example. And I think these are good hypotheses. However, I would like to put forward one of my own. Could it be possible that Hank has some sort of official neighborhood leadership position? Hank has made several claims throughout the original series that he is block captain, although it was never clarified if this is an official title or a self-appointed one. And if this is something that's become official, could it be that he wants to dress better because of this new role? Now, one other thing to address here is that there is also the possibility that it's unintentional. Now, it's not unheard of for there to be small differences between how characters appear in promotional material and in the main media in which they appear. Now, in this day and age, such differences are rare, but not unheard of. I know a lot of people are distrustful of reboots, remakes, and revivals, and rightly so, I might add. I just want to say I'm normally quite skeptical too. I've seen so many of these turn out quite horribly. However, given how Mike Judge handled the Beavis and Butt-Head revival, of which I'm a huge fan by the way, just in case you can't tell, I feel like the King of the Hill revival is in good hands, and I look forward to seeing what he, along with Greg Daniels, has to offer. So what are your thoughts on the King of the Hill revival? Are you looking forward to seeing it? Are you excited? Will you be checking it out? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm definitely excited to check it out, and I'm following the story very closely, almost checking on it on a daily basis to see if an exact date has been revealed. But that's really all I have to talk about in this video. So special thanks to Fran, who does a wonderful job of doing my art. She's back on Twitter, and she's looking for friends in the art community. So if you're looking to have art commissioned, or if you're looking for friends in the art community, check out Fran. She's a damn good artist. She's a really awesome person to work with, and she's all around Frantastic. A special thanks to all of my friends on Twitter. I wouldn't be here without you all. And a special thanks to all of you for watching this video. Please like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. But if you dislike it, please comment below and let me know why you dislike it, so that I may improve myself and be the best Big Mike possible. If you like my videos, please subscribe and turn your notifications on. Until next time, fam, remember, just be yourself and you'll be awesome. Peace out!